Good morning, Donny Walker here. Wow, it's one more day till Halloween. And yeah, Jays won her last night, one more game, and hopefully can win the World Series. Or they might lose and have to go to the seventh game, but I'm hoping that they're going to win tonight. That'll be nice for Halloween. Unfortunately, it's going to be raining for Halloween, so poor little kids. I'm just doing a $3.95 here, an old used one a friend of mine bought. Kevin Tuddy, he bought it for his firewood. He bought it off a shake block cutter, which cuts cedar shakes, for roofing and stuff, eh? So he bought it, ran not bad. It was revving really high, and he wasn't really thinking about it, and he scored up the piston pretty good. The carburetor was set way too lean, a quarter turn on the high, bad on the low, and there was lots of other stuff wrong with it. So there's the piston. As you can see, it's pretty scorched. Yeah, it's good for a shifter knob now and a hot rod, eh? I'll give him the piston and cylinder back, and he can keep it. This is a pen holder, and that is a shifter knob. So anyways, yeah, when you go through these old saws that have been used a lot here on the West Coast, they've been through a lot of hard work, right? Bad conditions, dirty, throwing them around. Every little thing on this thing was bad. We had a bad throttle cable, split right in half here, right? So you're not getting the right throttle. So it was probably, only getting partial throttle, so that could have bleeded it out as well. Bad switch wire, broken switch wire, clogged up fuel filter, missing tank vent, oiler gear stripped off, so it's not going to get the oil that it should. Broken screws. I had to put one of these inserts in the top here. And now I'm just going to put one in the dog here. The bottom dog bolts on 394s and 394s have always been bad. They're the easiest ones to strip. They should have used a little bit different of a design for that. Either a bigger screw or a 3-screw system, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, so we got the other gear, oiler gear on here. I found him a cylinder I had in my pile from my dad. It's an original 395 cylinder. It was brand new, but my dad had started porting it. So the exhaust port was ported, and I just finished doing the lower transfers, and we put a new piston. I put a new piston in it and a gasket. Not doing a gasket delete on this. He doesn't need it that way. Stock muffler. He does cut his commercial firewood in a kind of a residential area. Well, not really. It's an industrial area, but keep her a little quieter. If he wants something a little louder later on, maybe I'll do it for him. But anyways, I spent a lot of time on this saw. That's the problem with these old ones. You spend so much time cleaning them, going through everything on them. But if you don't, they're going to fail again or not work properly. And as a working man, you got to have your tools working right. So I'm just going to put a insert now, a self-tapping insert into the bottom case bolt here now, which I've showed you guys before, but I'm going to show you again. These are little key inserts. Hey, they're an awesome inserts. The best metal insert you can use on saws. So I never have them really fail. Maybe the odd one, but really they're bulletproof. So first of all, you got to drill out your hole to a 17/64 drill bit. So you drill the hole out first. I'll zoom you in a little bit. I know everyone's going to go, oh, I couldn't even see it, Donnie. Okay, so we're going to drill it out first to 17/64. Then I'm going to use a 8.125 tap to tap the hole. Then I'm just going to physically just thread this in to it's even with the crankcase here, and then pound these little pegs in that hold it in. So let's start by drilling it first, and we'll go from there. Come on. Okay, drilled. Get rid of the debris. Now let's top it. Yeah, these inserts are wonderful for dog bolts on Huskies, which we know is a big problem on, older 372s, 371s, these saws. Dog bolts on all saws have actually been bad because people use them pretty hard, right? So it's something you want to be checking once in a while, or you will oblong the holes, and then that's how they get stripped, right? So it's a good idea to instantly Loctite your dogs on almost all saws. I would say all saws for sure. And then, you know, be checking them once in a while on your regular maintenance. But who does that, eh? If everyone did that, I'd be out of business. And a lot of shops would be too. Okay, give her a little bit of clean. Okay, so now our hole's been drilled and tapped. I'm going to simply just put this insert in now. You don't need to use Loctite, but you use Loctite on the bolt that goes into it. Okay, so they do have a little tool that you can actually use to kind of thread it in. You can do it by hand though. I'll use the tool just to show you. And they do have a tool also you can use for pounding the little wedges down. But I don't have that one here. I'm just going to use a simple method by using like an Allen wrench. Little 5mm Allen wrench. It's going to take now and just set it on top and just pound these pegs down. Okay. Pretty basic, eh? Okay. So now let's always put these tools back in the right bag, the same bag you got it out of it, so you don't lose anything, so you can keep it as a match set. So these are just for 5mm screws I use this set for. And I also have these inserts for 6mm. Or sorry. These are 4mm. No, 5, sorry. And then I have some for 6 and for 4mm. Okay, put the drill bit back in the bag too. That way everything's in one spot. You know me, I'm easy to lose stuff. Okay, so there you go. There's a dog bolt done. We'll just thread a screw into it now, make sure it's in decent shape. Or it went in well. Geez, watching the news this morning, the softwood lumber thing's really bad in Canada. The U.S. has put another 10% on our softwood lumber tariff, which is going to really kill logging in BC. So hopefully everyone can stick together. We can find some new customers, or hopefully the U.S. will back down a little bit on that, because it's really going to wreck our industry here more than it has been for the last few years. Everyone needs wood to build their houses and toilet paper to wipe their bums, right? So anyways, that's how you do an insert on these. That's a rebuild of $395. I'm going to put the handlebars on now, put some gas in it, run it through a couple tanks of gas, and preset the carburetor to about 12.8 on these, and get it back to Kevin to do his firewood company. So have a good day. Keep your saw in the wood, stick your ash rubbing road, your rod tip up, your bat up. Go Jays, go tonight.